please, I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. Please. Don't tell me. Please, I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything. I can't see. I don't even know you. I don't know what's going on. Ow, my unibrow. Oh God, please, no, not this, not.
We've seen video games be shitty, pixelated, amazing, jiggly, unoriginal, truly original, cash outs, cash cows, reboots, and underage gambling addict producing. But now, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new trend in gaming. Dropping the game before it's even done. Why spend months and months or even years testing a game and playing it to damn near perfection before releasing it, when you can release a beta version type of the game that doesn't actually work well and people will buy it? Imagine if when you go to buy a shitty game and realize it's shitty and you stop people from buying it, then the company realizes they did a bad job with the game. With all the pre-order and shit, you can't really tell if the game is worth it until you've already bought it. And then by that time, they've shoved 40 E3 trailers in your face, but with a bunch of CGI bullshit to make you feel good, and it's not even how the game is playing. You're telling me that on the day of launch for Battlefield 2042, I was able to jump out of a jet, shoot a nigga, and hop back in his jet and fly away like the trailers? No, I was lucky if my model was even able to load up on the home screen. It's definitely worth mentioning. Battlefield 2042 is not a bad game. It's fun to play, okay? It's actually a decent Battlefield game. It's just the release of it and all the diehard fans that were expecting it to be fun, like me, on launch, were disappointed. And there's just so many recent situations you can see with game companies doing this in the past, 8 or 9 years. It's just put out a good trailer, but even if the game's not really working or having all the content we want it to have, we're still gonna drop it by the deadline. Why? Yes, I'm looking at you, Halo Infinite. You're a part of the problem too. But no, I actually do understand what's going on here. You see, just like most problems in life, war crimes, poverty, starvation, and genocide, it all roots back to one thing: Fortnite. Oh man, once that game hit the market and niggas realized they could get guap off of emotes and skins, the floodgates were opened. You want to play a game with a whole bunch of content like back in 2005? Too bad. Here's a loot box. Hopefully you get something good, hopefully. You want to grind for hours to obtain an item that will dramatically help you play better at the game? Shut the fuck up and grind for an heirloom so your character can play an animation while you're running around swinging a syringe or some shit. Or a little fucking tag to hang off of your gun that you can see when you're not using your aim down sights. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. So the niggas making Battlefield 2042 were basically like, all right, we see the trend in gaming, all these emotes and skins and all that good stuff. Let's do that with Battlefield and just kind of bite the bullet, go with the trends. They have the hero mechanic now where there's certain characters that do certain things. There's vehicles that are tricked out and, more diverse than previous Battlefield games. So the core Battlefield formula is there, and it's in the future. It's pretty refreshing and fun to play. However, they kind of shot themselves in the foot releasing the game in that state back in November 2021. If they just would have took a little bit more time, play tested, maybe do some pre-releases, maybe do some alphas, whatever, it would have been a better release market-wise. I think I've seen some articles talking about the developers were kind of rushed to meet deadlines that weren't really plausible, so they kind of just intentionally released the game in a shitty state. I don't know if that's true, but it kind of makes sense when you look back for where the game was and where it's at now. There's been various updates in the past year that dramatically improved glitches, gameplay control, even something as simple as the layout of the game when you're trying to pick a game for Conquest or Rush. Dumbed it all down and made it more user-friendly for players. So the game is looking a lot more polished and playable now than it was on full release day. And that's where the problem lies. That's why I'm here even talking about Battlefield, because gaming companies need to realize that is not a good way to handle a beloved project. Any type of project, even if it's a new IP, take the time to test it and at least have it playable. Glitches are going to be there. We live in the day and age where you can update and patch certain things, but don't release the game in such a dramatically ugly state where 75% of the players just get the wrong impression as soon as they boot it up. That's going to hold a lot of people back from not wanting to continue to play your game. There's a whole bunch of problems that are obvious to all of the consumers when they buy it. Not a good look. Which is kind of like fucking saying, you know, fire is hot, but I guess these billion-dollar companies don't realize that shit. Look at Mario Kart. It came out in 2013, I believe. Look at Super Smash Bros. These games are still selling for $60, the full retail price that they were released on. Meanwhile, a year later, I saw that Battlefield 2042 was $30 at Best Buy. Yeah, overall, it's a good game. You know, it's better than Fortnite, better than Warzone, in my opinion. More engaging and fun gameplay when I play it itself. And I just kind of feel bad for people that actually had a decent passion towards the project, because you can kind of tell there was some new ideas they were trying out, but must have been some higher ups or just deadlines that they couldn't reach where they had to put it out with some ugly ass looking models and glitches that are still there to this day. So yeah, overall, 6 out of 10. Goodbye.